Grounded has added a ton of building pieces since the game first launched in July 2020. If you go into your building menu, you're going to notice there are a total of 45 different building pieces. When I say building pieces, I'm referring to floors, walls, roofs, as well as stairs and foundations. And while there are tons of options, and you can see I built a couple houses here using pretty much every option available, I think there's a few more that could be added to make the game a little bit better, or have the buildings feel a little bit better. Because as you can see, the roof up there doesn't blend exactly the way I wanted it to. There have to be, I had to use grass pieces up there. So let's hop up on the roof real quick, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Now, the roof on this house is also very steep. It's very high. I'd much rather it be shorter, but the reason I had to do that was to have it fit together with the walls that I have inside. I had to use these clover pieces up here, and it ended up having a really tall peak. And as you can see, I also use two different grass triangle pieces. So a couple of the pieces that would be great will be is if we could have a roof piece that is the same as the grass floor, but it's made out of clovers. That would have allowed me to have this roof be much shorter, as well as having a triangle piece here. So if this the triangle floor piece could actually be a triangle roof piece, it would allow us to build roofs that are all made out of clover, while also allowing it to not have to be very tall, because this is like extremely tall. It's a one-story house, but the roof on it is extremely tall. I'd much rather be shorter, but I didn't want to have to have the what I have over on this house over here. So let's head over here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. This house over here, I used a different building style. I went more of a contemporary feel, in my opinion. I used all rounded pieces, and what you're going to notice is when I get into the inside of it, I was unable to build the flat part that I wanted. So I had to use stem floors up here to be able to build the roof pieces that are above this. So if I could have had the clover pieces here, kind of feel like it would have been much nicer, would have been much shorter in terms of the roof. It would have probably looked better because it's a one-story house. This doesn't look too bad, but I think it would have looked better if we could have had that. And while we're in here, to fit to the rounded walls, now the corner pieces up here, the roof corners, if you use two of them, it does fit them pretty well. But I think it would also be cool if we could have a rounded roof corner so that it would just fit naturally with these walls. And head back over to the other house to mention some of the other building pieces I think will be pretty cool. And in this case, it's going to be walls. So for example, I have a living room that I built here, and then I have a dining room, and it feels like if I left this wide open, it kind of felt like it was maybe too wide open. But what would be perfect is if we could have half walls. So right now we have the options of just having, you can have a grass wall, you can have a stem wall, you can have a sturdy wall, and you can have windows, but you can't have any half walls. You can use the triangle pieces here, which I did use here to fill in some of these spaces. But if we could have a half wall here, I feel like it would give a much more open feeling while also separating the rooms. And so we basically want them to be stem, grass, and then also, I guess, curved, so it would fit, so I could use it in the other house I had over there. And then one other thing that I had in here, now on the table, right now you can't place anything on vertical, horizontally. Vertically, you can place these the wall mounts of the heads of the different insects, so you can put these up on the walls, which is pretty cool. And you can put pictures on the walls, so I have this picture here. This one I kind of used just to make like a kind of a television room, so that was kind of workaround for that. But in terms of decorating the table, I have a sign frame placed here, so you can place the sign frames on tables, and the only thing I could place on it was a stuffed aphid. I think it would be cool if we could have something similar to the wall mounts up here that you can put the insect heads on, as well as the weapons, as you can put weapons on there as well. Be able to place on tables. So for example, I could place it here and then be able to place like pieces of food or something, just as a decoration to show that this is kind of like an eating area. Maybe in here, be able to place something else on the table. Maybe just, it could be a weapon, it could just be whatever, and then in here you can maybe place like a little lamp or something that's actually sitting on the table. And of course, I've heard other people mention being able to sit in the seats. That'd be pretty cool too, to be able to sit in the seats. So those are a couple of building pieces I came up with. Like I said, I was able to build some pretty nice, pretty cool houses here. One using the all-rounded, mostly rounded pieces to build like a contemporary open, completely open style, as well as a more, I guess, normal looking house that you would see in the real world, but with a few additional pieces, I think it could have made it look even better. So anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I wanted to kind of keep it short, just kind of throw out really quickly the building pieces that I thought would make the game have a little bit better feel. And I know they've been adding a ton of building pieces over time. They're probably going to add some more. Maybe some of these are on the radar, they just haven't been mentioned specifically, or maybe I missed it. But if you have any other building pieces that you would like to see added that would allow you to customize your builds a little bit more, leave those down in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.